Welcome to Ballet 101 Part 3. This is going to be the moving across the floor bit. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over what we do with our feet, then I'll show you what to do with your arms, and then we'll go across the floor. So we're starting with a ballet, which consists of 3 steps and 2 parts. So the foot that's closer to the direction you're going to be going first will be going front first and behind second. So you're going front, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. You see that cross? That is how you get that full point in for the other foot. Same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to start with what is low fifth. I've shown you high fifth, but low fifth is the same thing rounded downwards. So if we're going in this direction, this is the arm that's going to be moving most. The arm on the opposite side is going to be just to the side, second position. So when you're moving forward, this arm is going to swing up and it's going to create this sort of a shape. When you move backwards, it's going to come back and round out underneath. So if you're going forward, 2, 3, backwards, 2, 3, and then same vice versa. The whole thing together is going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And now we go across the floor. Other side. The next step we'll be doing is essentially a bunch of very small steps. So start in 5th position, lift up on your tippy toes, and then you're going to pull your front foot back to your back foot, and it's going to look like this. That position is called susu. It's a very basic balancing position. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going up into susu and then taking very tiny steps to move ourselves forward. So you're going to start in 5th, you're going to pick up your back foot, you're going to overcross to step, and you're going to bring that front foot up into susu and just take very tiny steps. In this position, you aren't supposed to have completely straight knees the entire time. You're supposed to bend them just slightly whenever you take tiny steps. The arms for this position are going to remain in the same position the entire time. So the arm in the direction you're going is going to be over your head, and the other arm will be in 2nd position. And now we do it across the floor. Other side. So now we're going to be doing piqué steps. You're going to start in 5th position, bend your knees, and you're going to put one foot out. This leg is going to push you off the ground and come up into passe while the other foot goes into releve. Now, a proper passe goes all the way up so that you're pointing on the side of your knee, but you're not putting the weight of your foot on it. It's just pointed. The arms for this are also very simple. They are going to open and close. Now we're going to do it across the floor. Other side. My apologies for not being able to go in a directly straight line. There is a slant in the floor at our house. Now we're going to learn a simple combination. It's going to sound like a lot because of the name, but it is very simple and we will be going over every bit of it. The combination is tombe, pas de bourrée, glissade, jeté. Now a tombe is a falling motion. You're going to pick up your foot and let yourself fall into a lunge. A pas de bourrée is 3 simple steps. You're going to susu to the back, step side, and then step down to the front. Now once you're in this position, the next 2 steps have to go very quickly, one after the other. The first step is a small jump that will give you momentum to do a larger jump, which I'm going to demonstrate from further back. For both of these jumps, straight legs and pointed feet are very, very important. But a leap, a jeté, is essentially supposed to be a split in the air. It's okay if you can't get very far. Again, this is 101 beginners, but that is the initial position that you're going after. Now I'm going to show them to you slowed down on both sides, then we'll go over the arms, and then we'll go across the floor. Keep in mind you'll only really be able to get about 1 or 2 when going across a small room. Now for the arms, you're going to open them up into second position, keep them there through the pas de bourrée. They're going to come down into low fifth. They're going to remain in low fifth for the first jump, and then they're going to go up into third position for the big leap. And now we go across the floor. Don't forget that you can pause and repeat as many times as you'd like to get as much practice as you would like to. And now we're going to start doing some turns. Again, if you only have socks to wear for this, be very, very careful because they are incredibly slippery. Something very important to learn before we actually start turning is spotting. It's where you look at one spot in a certain area and you keep looking at it for as long as you can while you're turning. And then when you finally can't look anymore, you whip your head around and try to find the exact same spot. This helps prevent dizziness. The first thing we're doing is a soutenu. It's just like going up into susu, only you're going to overstep the front foot and pull yourself around in a circle. So you're going to step up, overcross, and turn. Now once you have turned, you're going to come back down into fifth position, and then you're going to start the next one. Now the arms for this one is a motion movement. So they're going to start open when you go to step. They're going to close and move up into high fifth during your turn and then come back down to second. And now we go across the floor. Other side. Next, we're going to be learning Shana Turns. You're going to go into first position, up onto your toes, and that is exactly where your legs will be during this time. Your knees need to be straight the entire time, and you need to keep them within a certain distance of each other so that you don't lose balance. Now, there are a couple of things that help you get your momentum to actually turn, but you have to remember to hold on to your core muscles and your butt muscles so that you don't lose control and spin like a top. It's kind of like walking on stilts. So the first thing that gets you turning is the movement of the far leg. You're going to push off the floor and turn. And then you repeat with the other leg. The second thing that keeps you moving is the heel of the foot you're standing on. So as you're pushing off with one foot, the heel of the other foot will be continually moving forward so that it assists in your turn. And the last thing is your arms. Much like earlier, your arms will only be moving in a second and first position, so open and closed. Whenever you are facing what you consider to be the front, your arms will be open. And when you go to turn towards the back, that's when your arms close, and so on and so on. The momentum of the arm pushing away from the side you're moving away from is the added extra help in getting you to keep turning. And now we move across the floor. Other side. The last step we will be learning is piqué turn. So it's the same motion as a piqué, but you turn with it. So when you step, you push your hip forward and you pick up the leg, and that pushes you around, as well as the arms, just the same way that it was for a Shana turn. And now we take it across the floor. Other side. And that, my friends, is going to be it for Ballet 101. I hope to see you in the next one.